Hey guys, welcome again to the Talking Dev. So this is our second video on this series of HTML and CSS. So in this video, we are going to talk about what to expect in this coursework because I have a lot jam-packed here and I wanted to share with you what exactly to expect and what is my tweeting style. What we'll do, we'll have short videos. I don't like doing like a block of 10 hours video. I think it is usually challenging to rewatch those kind of videos. And also, it creates challenge whereby someone is overwhelmed when you see a video talking about something on a certain topic. It's like 10, 15 hours long. So I like to chunk it down, more like the way I would have liked when I was learning how to program all by myself. So I've chunked this video into small sections like you've seen so far. And that's how we are going to follow along. And then we have some sections, more like modules. And that is what I'm going to share with you in this video. So let's get to it. First of all, I have a small presentation I have here. And by the way, before I get into that, what you will expect from me is that sometimes I'll do some theories with some explanation of some background of what we are doing. And then we'll have some practical sessions. So let me share with you exactly what is here in my timeline. And I hope you be excited about what is coming on your way. So here we go. So I have this slide with me. Okay, so I usually have this quote with me, like always in my slides. It's because it reminds me that no matter what you are doing, you start with baby steps. That is, you have one step and then the next one, and then you follow through until you are at 1,000 miles or where you want to be. If you don't start with this single step, technically, you ain't going nowhere. If you think you want to be a programmer and you don't want to start from somewhere, then you are not going anywhere. What you are doing is wishful thinking. So this quote usually inspires me. It is a node and it's a cliche, but it inspires me a lot. I hope it also inspires you. So let's go into what we have. First of all, we have like 6 sections in this coursework. And in these sections goes as follows. The section number 1, we talk about vanilla HTML. This is basic HTML, how to write those tags, even a little bit of history of HTML. I'll throw in there. More like I'm taking this coursework more serious because it is me giving back to the community. And when I give back to the community, I want to feel like the way I felt when I was trying to learn by myself. I didn't have financial resources to buy courses, and I had to score online, YouTube documentation, all that. But this one, I want it to be that detailed coursework. So we start with basic fundamentals. We'll see how to write syntax of HTML. And by the way, if you're not a beginner and you already know a little bit of HTML, perhaps you may want to skip this section, but I urge you to go through from one section to the next one. So let's see the section number 2, what we'll talk about. What we will learn in section number 1, we use those skills to expand into the practical section of this coursework. You remember that page that I showed you? So we will structure just basic HTML. You see my thought process, how I came up with that design concept and how I went step by step from part 1 menu all the way to the footer. That's what we'll be structuring with pure HTML, nothing else, because I don't want you to be distracted and lose the focus of the main goal. Then we go to section number 3. In section number 3, we'll see the basic of CSS. This is more like what CSS it is, what are things that we talk about here. In fact, some of the things that we talk about here, we talk about styling text, that is fonts, we talk about backgrounds, and then we go into layouts. And when we reach at layout level, that's where we start seeing some other advanced topics that require more of a crash course. It means that we'll have a small crash course on Flexbox. That will be our section number 4. So I will walk you and tell you what Flexbox is, and then we'll see how we use Flexbox, because these are the tools that we'll be using in this coursework. In section number 5, we'll have CSS grids. So here we have that small crash course. I will tell you about CSS grid. This is something that we'll be using a lot. In fact, this design, I built it with CSS grids. Flexbox, it has its place, but the most part of it when it comes to layout of this profile will be using CSS grids. So what I saw is that let me do it this as small sections that are separate, that are unique, and so that we can build those skills step by steps. You build a brick, and then you lay foundation. After laying foundation, we come step by step until we reach to the final piece. In section number 6 here, we go into specifically styling, or going back to practicals on our profile page, and we use all the skills we learn to style our pages. So we'll use here CSS, all the skills we've learned, we'll use the CSS, and then we'll have chapter number 7 or section number 7, where we'll make our page responsive. I showed you how it is important to have our pages or our designs to be responsive, to fit into different devices. So section number 7 will take care of that. And then the last bit of our section, that will be section number 8, we'll talk more on what are the advanced concepts. So these will be more of things like SASS, adding, building environments, maybe introduction to something like NodeJs there, so that we can use tools like Vite, and then there will be SASS, and then there are all these more like compressing our CSS. We'll have issues to do with auto prefixing our CSS. We talk more about that. Even things like responsive images, we'll talk about that section. What we'll notice is that between section 1 and section 6, these are the main concepts, the main things that you must do so that to build a page. And then section 7, you notice more of responsive. That is more of making our page more workable and more working with our design. So that is section 7 and section 8. These, you can think of them like bonus sections, because even by reaching at section 6, you have known a lot. Now, when you see about this structured outline, you may think this is a lot, especially that I'm offering for free and on YouTube. And like I said earlier, this is me giving back to the community. The free stuff that I found online, people who were so generous to offer this content for free. It's like, this is my time. This is also my time to give it for free. And I'm going to give it wholeheartedly. With what you've seen, we'll build it more like a premium course and give it for you so that you can kickstart your career in programming the right way. From there, you can go in any direction that you want. But with the basic of HTML and CSS at your belt, you'll be so much ahead of so many people who are still wondering how to do this. And because you've taken that step to watch this video, I believe you see it all the way through up to the section number 8. So guys, that is it. It's the end of this video, and expect the next one where we talk about prerequisite of this coursework. And what I would love to leave at the end here is that if you've not subscribed to this channel, that is the Token Dev, please subscribe, like this video, share, and I would love to hear from you. That hear your thoughts, how I'm presenting, what you expect from this video, how excited you are. I love to hear that one. And remember, always click the notification bell so that whenever I release these videos, you are notified. You have that notification telling you there is a new section that is coming up. So that is it. All the best, guys. Till the next video. Bye.